All right, going to be quick here. Stuart Mandel of The Athletic tried to put college football teams in different tiers based on a reader's question. All right, said, well, blah, 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 blah. If the tiers are like this, what do you do? And Mandel broke it down that way. We're just going to look at mainly the SEC teams. In Tier 1, which is teams that expect to compete for national titles and they aren't going to celebrate anything less. He only put Alabama, Georgia, and Ohio State in there. It's a 3-team period, all right? So Alabama, Georgia from the SEC. Tier 2 was broken down as they expect to make the playoff on a near yearly basis, and they consider a deep run to be a success. In there was 4 from the SEC. We're 4 from the SEC. LSU, Texas, Oklahoma, and Florida expect to make a playoff on a near yearly basis and consider a deep run to be a success. Then Tennessee was in Tier 3. Makes the playoff every 3 to 5 years and considers it a success to win a game or two. He put them in the same category with Ole Miss, Texas A&M, and Auburn. Do you agree that Tennessee fan expectations are more in line with Ole Miss, Texas A&M, and Auburn than they are LSU, Texas, Oklahoma, and Florida?
No.
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 No, I don't think so either.
No.
All right, so next segment.
A lot of Tennessee fans just heard
even
you rattle
agree.
that off going,
I don't agree with Tennessee or Auburn in
Right.
that stance. I think Auburn's fans' expectations are closer to Florida and Oklahoma. I agree with where Oklahoma and Florida are, even with Florida's issues for a number of years now. But I think Tennessee and Auburn have higher expectations for sure. A&M maybe, but
especially when you taste the very first time you make the college football playoff, you want more
And
of
I
this.
tell you
Tennessee's
what,
back in the playoff this year and one and done.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And fans are going to be upset.
I wouldn't have Bama necessarily in that top tier, but I would move Texas up. I'm
Well,
not
you're
sure.
basically, I think he's looking at it
that
as
the
more than
fans-
just this year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I still, with the coaching change at Bama and with what Sark has going on at Texas, I would move those, change those two.
I think this is kind of realistic, though, for Tennessee. I laid out what Tennessee's expectations should be. I said make the playoff top 15, basically top 15 once they get to a 14-team playoff. You're practically in it every year. I think every other year for Tennessee, this is 3 to 5 years. I would go more common than that. But I think if you get into it and make a deep run or win a game or two, yeah, I think that's a satisfactory year for Tennessee. I really do. And I would put Florida in that category, too. I don't think Florida – it's been 16
a while
years.
since Florida, yes.
16 years since they won an SEC title or a national championship. So let's bring them down a little bit.
I'm going back to the archives, but you did a show about 6 weeks ago. It was coming off the playoff, and you were showing and you were running through the Bamas, the Clemsons, the Ohio States, how realistic it is to reach these points. Then you hear these tiers, and it kind of goes hand in hand with what you were presenting. So it's more realistic, even if Tennessee fans disagree.
See, I right now would put Texas, Georgia, and Alabama in a world of their own, and then about 5 or 6 SEC schools right behind that. And they can all make a case for exactly what you just said. Oh, you make it every year. No, you make it once every 3 years.
Well,
win some games. So I think that's the way I would have made my tier. You'd have had 3 above everybody else.
Yep.
Tennessee, LSU, Florida. I know Auburn's got the expectations. It's been a while since they've lived up to it.
Well, I mean, we also, when we look at other schools, Stuart Mandel is looking from the outside in. We do that with other schools. I would look at this and say, Oklahoma, are they really up? But here's the deal. Oklahoma's competed for a lot of national titles. They've been in the playoff mix a lot more than Tennessee has or Florida has in the last few years. They've had a drop-off since Lincoln Riley took off, no question. Does that mean they're doomed?
No.
I
But
mean,
welcome to the SEC.
Yeah,
How
we'll
about
see.
some more realistic
you're dropping
expectations?
Alabama and Kalen DeBoer already.
Well,
let's see.
Yeah.
Let's give him more than 1 year.
Okay.
So that's where
Well,
I am.
it's
But we all
based
look at
more-
other. We are quicker to downgrade
Other
other
teams.
programs than we are Tennessee,
But
and they are in reverse.
My dropping Bama is based more on Saban being gone, and I almost don't care who's there now.
I got you.
It's not Saban.
Yeah, makes
And
sense.
that may be the reality, but I still don't think that's the expectation.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's put up the poll results. My director had it right, and I blew right by them. Okay, okay. You middled it. It's 25% say we feel great, killer defense. 15% say awful, shoddy offense. A full 60% feel, meh, it's a Barnes team.
Oh,
The greatest coach in Tennessee basketball history, and I'm not going on a ledge saying that, and
he is.
man, it's a Barnes team. All right, come on.
that's pretty good.
But it's his tournament history. It's his tournament history.
Second round, Rick.
I'm not saying that,
I
but
know
that's
you're
what
not.
people say.
Yeah, right.
Now, he made an Elite Eight last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and he's made a Sweet 16 and Elite Eight the last 2 years. So, That means this year's Final Four.
Yeah.
Do the math. All right, when
And
we
the
come
year
back.
after that, national champion.
When we come back, no, finals. Then the national championship next year. You
See you in
gotta take it
2027.
one step at a time.
Yeah.
All right, when we come back, 6 Vols have been invited to the NFL Combine. There's one guy who wasn't. Might surprise you. Come on back.